My name is Kim Jang-cheon, an ordinary graduate student in South Korea. At least I used to be. Yesterday, I suddenly became the Demon Lord Kratos, the final boss of the game I love to play. Huh? Well, that's a familiar story too. The goal of that game, War God of the Blood Moon, was to resurrect the ancient hero who had fallen into a deep slumber. You know what? Never mind telling you these things won't do any good. The problem now is, a polite demonkin young man entered and spoke, Lord Kratos. He was the assistant Zephyrus level 10. Zephyrus bowed his head. Preparations for the war are complete. Outside on the blood-soaked battlefield, countless monsters are roaring fiercely together. Blood Prince Asura level 534. He roared excitedly. Let's end our starvation with today's great invasion. Ice Emperor Sergei level 531. Our tragedy of being born in this barren land and the pain of having to eat our own kind. Let's make history that will last forever. Duke of Mist Hatok level 555. Tear apart the humans and crush the elves. Tyrant Darkrock, band level 539. Turn them all into my food. Fierce roars echoed continuously throughout the space. Kratos shouted his command, Demon legions, listen up. All the most elite warriors of the demon tribe gathered, ready to receive orders. Kratos stood on high and commanded, I, Kratos, command the entire demon tribe. Kratos thought to himself, this war, I must stop it at all costs. Kratos panted heavily. From now on, the eyes of every warrior seemed to be eagerly awaiting battle. Ban, Sergei, Hatok, Asuras were all radiating killing intent. As if in response, Kratos declared, we will halt all attacks and begin farming. After those words, all four warriors froze in stunned silence. Disappointment gradually turned into anger. The four of them roared. How ridiculous. Kratos immediately opened his mouth wide and glared to intimidate them, but in reality, he was terrified inside. Ah, they're so damn scary. All four soldiers instantly fell silent, too scared to utter a single word. A powerful hand suddenly slammed against the wall. If we start this war, system notification, you have started your 20th playthrough. His physique was indescribably large and muscular. The playable character veteran Kimchi, level 90990. I'll definitely die at his hands. I had become a graduate student in an agriculture program at a Korean university, hoping to become a wealthy farmer. I was too smart, so I quickly became the ace of the program. Being the top graduate student meant, oh my Jang Cheon, you're so smart. Write my thesis for me too, this will help you a lot. I want you to help me with this project. You're so good at these things. Hey Jang Cheon, go plow the fields. He leaned his head wearily against the chair. I had become the #1 slave. Jang Cheon's mind wandered aimlessly. Ugh, what kind of life am I living? Why do I do all the work while the professors take all the credit? Jang Cheon writhed his body and cursed. Those bastards. I'll kill them all. I'll kill every single one of them. My dopamine levels are depleted. I'm about to go crazy. And the only way to increase my dopamine was to play games. Jang Cheon reached for his game console. It was a super difficult game, extremely hard to level up in. No player had ever completed this game for the 19th time. I craved the feeling of achievement so much that I played games without sleeping at all. The first time, the second time, the 10th time. And so I became the first person to complete War God of the Blood Moon for the 19th time, having defeated the demon. Jang Cheon mumbled dreamily, drooling. Heh, this is so much fun. I'm the strongest in the world, heh. The 20th playthrough will have insane hellish difficulty. I need to level up before trying it. I'll grind levels. I'm the strongest. Jang Cheon snorted and looked at his game character's info panel. Character equipped level 9990. The max level is 9999, so I should stop grinding levels. How many years did it take to do this? Ah, whatever. Hehe. Here it is the 20th time. Do you want to start the 20th playthrough? Yes. Jang Cheon decisively pressed yes. Immediately after the TV screen suddenly lit up, Jang Cheon was terrified. What's happening? As he said that, his soul was pulled out of his body and shot forward. Jang Cheon's soul was instantly sucked into the brightly lit TV. A dazzling light shone down from the sky. Jang Cheon's soul was now free-falling in midair. He widened his eyes and cursed under his breath. Oh, holy crap, what the hell is this? Calm down, I'm smart. Okay, I'm blue now, which means this is my soul. I probably won't fall and die, right? Probably. He carefully observed his surroundings. That's the Tower of Life. This means I've entered the game War God of the Blood Moon. Jang Cheon suddenly realized, that thing, it's the Tomb of the Holy Knight. He shouted in delight, holy smokes, I'm about to possess the character veteran Kimchi, who's almost at max level. My OP invincible life is about to begin. Ha ha ha. Jang Cheon's soul zoomed towards the veteran Kimchi character. He pouted, rethinking. Ah, looking back now, I really don't want to turn into that at all. What the heck? As soon as he finished thinking, Jang Cheon's soul immediately turned around and rushed in another direction. Where am I going? What the hell is this? Hey, it's definitely not like that. No, I said no. And now in the present, Kratos clutched his head in complete helplessness. This is driving me insane. Kratos silently cursed himself. If I hadn't had that stupid thought back then after seeing veteran Kimchi, I would have become the most OP character by now. I'm so stupid, I'm such an idiot. Zephyrus was strolling leisurely down the hallway. Suddenly, a voice caught his attention. Kratos has definitely gotten weaker. Murmurs from the room echoed out continuously. That's why he's scared and ordered a halt to our attack. Let's join forces and behead him. We'll divide the power of the throne just like Kratos became king by taking the head of the previous demon lord. Hatak narrowed his eyes and asked, what if he hasn't weakened at all? 2 out of the 4 of us will be seriously injured or die. Sergei also closed his eyes in agreement. Asuras, if you're willing to be our shield, then I'll give it a try. Asuras retorted angrily, what you want to die at my hands first? As for Ban, he couldn't care less. He let his mouth hang open thinking, I'm so hungry. Asuras glared and interrogated, all right, what if there's proof the demon lord has weakened? What will you do then? All 3 of them naturally replied in unison, if that's true, then we'll have to kill him. Ban's face fell. I'm so hungry. Zephyrus calmly stood outside listening to their conversation. Reporting our army's morale has completely plummeted. Zephyrus carefully reported, there are an increasing number of cases of soldiers attacking and eating each other. Some have even left the demon lands without prior notice. The 4 great demon generals are extremely furious. They say you have weakened and are planning to join forces to behead you. Kratos trembled inwardly. If those 4 attack together, I'll definitely die. If I show weakness, I'll die too. He tilted his head, wondering. Wait, what about veteran Kimchi? Since I didn't possess it, is it just a corpse? Then rushing straight into the human world might actually be better. Zephyrus presented a crystal orb and continued his report. This is a recording of the Tomb of the Holy Knight sent by General Atmia. Veteran Kimchi coldly swung his staff, ignoring the desperate cries of the demon kin. Please stop, save me. He leaned down close, inserting 2 fingers into an eye socket. Wait, what are you planning to do, sir? No, stop. Agonized screams echoed throughout the room. My eyes! My eyes! The veteran Kimchi figure stood there, his eyes glinting with murderous intent towards the front. Kratos broke out in a cold sweat, terrified, thinking, damn, that method isn't effective. It looks like a performance by a deranged madman. I don't want to meet that guy. I have to stay here at all costs. In this situation, I either look weak or I have to choose to surrender, and the 4 great demon generals will kill me. And if I charge into the human world, veteran Kimchi will gouge out my eyes and kill me instantly. Kratos sobbed unconsciously in frustration. Why did I enter this game world? I can't even find happiness anymore. Kratos seriously stood up straight. The only way is to solve the food problem and calm down the demon tribe. Kratos seriously stood up straight. The only way is to solve the food problem and calm down the demon tribe. Kratos said sternly, yes. I'm going to inspect some land for cultivation. Zephyrus asked doubtfully, yes? Kratos looked back resentfully. What? Zephyrus adjusted his glasses and replied, Lord Kratos, you are narcissistic and arrogant and completely lacking in any etiquette, yet you say yes so politely. It's terrifying and dreadful. Please don't do that, sir. Kratos' face darkened as he thought restlessly. What's wrong with him? Is he trying to provoke me? Does he always act like this? Zephyrus only appeared once before the battle with the Demon Lord without any explanation, but that actually made him a rather famous character. Oh great Holy Knight, the Demon Lord no longer wishes to fight. Please return. But even so, the Holy Knight still attacked Zephyrus without hesitation. Zephyrus collapsed, blaming himself. Ah, Demon Lord, please forgive me for being too weak to protect you. That's why players thought he was extremely loyal to the Demon Lord or truly respected him greatly. Zephyrus continued to mumble, your mistake this time is unprecedented. I've never seen a Demon Lord lose the trust of the demon tribe so much. Kratos gritted his teeth and cursed silently. But he's really damn annoying. Zephyrus thoughtfully took out his notebook to jot things down. You want to cultivate on the demon tribe's land, sir. I didn't expect your memory to be as bad as a pigeon's. Kratos roared in anger. Seriously, I'm the Demon Lord. You know, don't go too far or I'll continue. Kratos was bitter. Why isn't he scared of anything? Both the previous demon lords and yourself have tried to cultivate this land before, haven't you? With the harsh and extreme temperature differences, you must also know clearly that nothing can grow on this land right. I know this place is called the Deadlands, but, Kratos said gruffly, with my current abilities, saving this land is possible. Kratos carefully considered. I really hate farming, but first I need to survive. Kratos bent down and scratched the earth with his hand, confusing Zephyrus. Without hesitation, Kratos stuffed all that dirt into his mouth. Zephyrus diligently wrote in his notebook, the Demon Lord is truly strange. He has become a beggar who eats even dirt. Hearing that, Kratos immediately roared in anger. What are you writing? Stop it right now. What is that? Zephyrus wisely retorted. I'm just doing my duty. Chronicling the Demon Lord's history is an important task. The Demon Lord's memory has definitely declined. Kratos thought irritably. He's so annoying. He spat the mouthful of dirt out. Anyway, the soil here definitely has no nutrients, not even nitrogen. Nitrogen, an absolutely essential element for plant growth. Although nitrogen makes up 78% of the atmosphere, plants cannot use it directly because the atoms are bonded together by strong triple bonds, making them nearly unreactive chemically. Therefore, humans develop nitrogen fixation processes through chemical engineering, leading to a dramatic increase in food production. Doing that here, impossible. There's nothing that can be used as a foundation for cultivation. Kratos thoughtfully stroked his chin, pondering. That means we have to utilize the natural nitrogen fixation mechanism, lightning. With extremely high voltage, nitrogen is oxidized into nitrite. Then it dissolves in rainwater and is absorbed by the soil. Remembering from the game, Demon Lord Kratos' main technique was Demon Lord Kratos tore his own hand, causing red blood to fly into the air. Blood strike. It detonated both lightning and moisture simultaneously. It was created to make the land fertile. Kratos, looking exhausted, ordered, "Step back." He used his sharp fingernails to scratch his other hand. "I'll do it, blood. Damn it, that stings like hell. This crazy Demon Lord always uses this move. Is he insane? It hurts so damn much." Suddenly, a heavy killing intent made him turn his head. Huh? 4 pairs of eyes from the 4 great demon generals were staring intently at Kratos. He's weakened. He's weakened. He's even weaker now. Their eyes met. Kratos froze in panic for a moment. Zephyrus adjusted his glasses with his hand. "You've definitely weakened by 100%, sir." Kratos silently remarked, "He's definitely an assassin. His plan is to provoke me and then kill me." Kratos tensed up and scratched his hand again. "This is better than dying. Here I come." Blood strike. I. The fresh blood from Kratos' hand quickly merged into one in the air. The red blood flew up for a moment, then scattered down onto the barren ground. Kratos clutched his hand and groaned. "Damn it!" The sound of hurried footsteps suddenly rang out. Demon Lord Kratos. The 4 great demon generals, exuding immense killing intent, inquired, "Are you not feeling well, sir?" Kratos broke out in a sweat, terrified. Holy crap! The figure of a young woman stood imposingly on the towering hilltop. The young woman, Kimchi, thought silently, "It's faint, but I have some memories of my past life. I've lived this life more than 10 times. I've headed to that place. I moved because the will of the summon led me to it." Veteran Kimchi stared blankly at his hand, but it had disappeared. The will of the summon said nothing more. What am I living for now? NPC Veteran Kimchi level 9990. He looked sadly at his empty hands. Then he gave up and left, indifferently leaving everything behind. Kratos sweated bullets, looking at the 4 great demon generals who were eyeing him with bloodlust. Asura sneered, "You know the law of the demons, right? The strongest is the demon king." Kratos gritted his teeth, trembling, and thought, they're too scary. Each one of them is strong. I can't even use a single skill. Am I going to die now? Asura looked at Kratos with a hint of fear. Ugh, the pressure is truly astonishing. The match hasn't even started yet. He's gathered so much power that his body is trembling. He forced a smile, but Asura confidently provoked, "Can you defeat all 4 of us in your current state?" He glanced, signaling the other 3. Though he appeared confident on the outside, he was scared to death inside. "What the hell, everyone?" The looks in their eyes seemed to say, "We'll watch you fight and join in if we can." Asura sweated profusely and cursed silently. These vile bastards, they didn't feel ashamed either. "We are demons. Of course, we are evil," Zephyrus calmly announced and turned on the live broadcast screen. "According to the age-old tradition of demons, both sides will fight to the death with no surrender." Kratos and Asura shouted in unison, "Wait, look how fast he acts." Asura's, knowing he had no way out, picked up his weapon and told himself, "Don't worry, I'll win this match. He's already weakened." Kratos, on the other hand, gritted his teeth, racking his brain. "What should I do? What should I do? What am I supposed to do in this situation? Just now, I tested my strength, because a demon lord has to be extremely strong, but I'm not so strong that I'm invincible. I am strong, but not strong enough to boast about it." Asura shouted and lunged, interrupting his train of thought. "Here I come. I've seen that move in the game before. It could be a stab or a slash." Kratos recoiled in horror. "No way I can dodge something like that." But somehow Kratos reacted and dodged Asura's thrust. Kratos was also surprised. How could I dodge that? Because his front foot is pointing forward, which means he's definitely executing a thrust. It's the exact same move as in the game. Asura quickly regained his balance, dragging his foot on the ground to steady himself. Both Hatak and Sergei watched the battle breathless. Did you see Kratos' expression when he dodged that attack? He's preparing to counterattack and rip his arm off? Why hasn't he done it yet? Let's wait and observe a bit more. Asura's attacked again, but Kratos quickly and easily dodged it. He was stunned, thinking to himself, what's happening? All his movements are exactly like what I already know. The first time I met Asuras, I had to retreat. Impossible can he really be defeated. He quickly unleashes unannounced attacks with a wide attack range. But after dying once, 3 times, and 10 times, I finally defeated him on the 128th try. In the next 19 playthroughs, I was able to completely turn him into an idiot by running and dodging without needing to fight. Asuras continued to charge. Simple, but Kratos swallowed hard. Then he flashed a wide, sinister grin. There's no way his attacks can reach me. That terrifying, pressurizing laugh made the trio of great demon generals shudder. Kratos joyfully enjoyed himself while gracefully dodging all of Asuras' attacks. The demon generals, seeing this, became hesitant. He's enjoying himself because he's too strong. He's mocking Asuras for being too weak and is happy about it. Asuras gritted his teeth bitterly. Bastard! Kratos dodged gleefully and thought, what a relief. Of course that doesn't mean I can beat him. But I've realized something important. This world has rules just like in a game. The system displayed, Kim Jang Cheon. You have realized the fundamental rules of this world. He tilted his head to look at the system panel. Huh? Is this the notification box I often see in stories? The system chimed again. Ding, you have also been able to dodge enemy attacks with intense concentration. Asuras was now going berserk using his tentacles and 2 sharp daggers to attack Kratos. System as a reward, a part of the game system used by your character will be unlocked. Ding targeting function unlocked. Kratos stared blankly for a moment. This is the targeting used when a special skill appears. That means Kratos quickly scraped his fingernails hard against his hand. He swung his hand, sending blood splattering everywhere in the air. Blood strike. An electric orb appeared, aiming straight at Asuras, causing him to scream in pain. The immensely powerful, oppressive force made both Hatak and Sergei gasp in astonishment. The other demonkin watching live all cheered excitedly. That's right, it has to be like this, no? Kratos, amazing Kratos. Kratos' eyes glinted with killing intent as he looked at Asuras, who was cowering. Asuras was dazed, his entire body electrified and smoking. Kratos bit his lip in disbelief. He's still alive after being hit by Bloodstrike, the thing that can kill people instantly in the game. Damn it, he has a fast recovery system. He can get better so quickly, I didn't expect that. After thinking, Kratos quickly unleashed another Bloodstrike attacking Asuras. Asuras' piercing screams made the others terrified. He's attacking him at a level where he won't die, but will still feel pain. Kratos, panting and exhausted, silently judged, he probably won't die. What should I do now? System, you have torn off all of Asuras' clothes and now he is bare. What's with this message? Can you not talk like I'm some kind of pervert? A new system has been unlocked. Armor removal inventory has been unlocked. Kratos stared at the system in astonishment, wondering, is there any good armor in there? What the hell is this? It's only the set I'm wearing. There's nothing usable right now. He carefully considered. I have to deal with him first. I'm not that strong, so I can't kill him. His recovery ability is very good, so he might get up soon. Kratos suddenly realized, oh, wait a minute. Because he's not dead yet, I can still target him, so I can continue attacking with Bloodstrike. Kratos grinned excitedly. I can give him a kind of blow that he'll never forget. That's right, I'm the smartest. He turned his head to look at the trembling demon generals. Those guys are definitely very scared of me, right? Excellent. Let's test it out a bit. No sooner said than done, Kratos quickly called out, Hey, Sergei! Sergei, startled, quickly replied, Yes, tie Asuras up tightly. Sergei blushed, dark thoughts running through his mind. He wants me to tie up a naked man tightly. He wants to humiliate both me and Asuras. And so Asuras was tied tightly to a post. Step 1, prepare the lightning rod. A gentle breeze blew across his face. Suddenly, Asuras woke up and started yelling, The immortal Asuras has recovered. You've definitely weakened. You think you can kill me with a Bloodstrike? This time, I will definitely behead you. As soon as he finished speaking, he was zapped by Kratos' Bloodstrike until he was numb. Step 2, Bloodstrike. With this method, I can oxidize the nitrogen in the air to form nitrite. Kratos immediately turned and ordered, Hatak, I want you to cover this entire area with mist. It must be thick enough for water to flow. He jumped, his heart pounding. What? Hatak inwardly whistled in admiration. Is he planning to make this whole place wet to make his lightning strikes more painful? What a creative torture method. I've learned something new today. Immediately after, Hatak quickly gathered himself and unleashed a mystical black smoke. The black smoke gradually formed thick dewdrops. Step 3, spread the mist. Bloodstrikes were continuously launched. Step 4, continuous attack. Kratos grimaced frantically, waving his hand to splatter blood, tensing up and screaming inwardly, Ah, it hurts so much. Blood and electricity shot out alternately. Zephyrus stood there observing still without a hint of expression. Ban and Sergei were both speechless at the bloody scene. Asurus's body now looked no different from a lightning rod. Kratos was so excited he couldn't contain himself. Amazing! With this method I can improve the land here with nitrogen. What if I have a bumper crop? I'm so thrilled. Ha 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 ha. A one-of-a-kind horrific torture session unfolded relentlessly amidst Kratos's malicious laughter. This electrocution torture such light work for high pay. The sun had begun to set in the distance. Amidst the mist, Kratos' hand clutched a handful of dirt. He nodded in satisfaction, thinking, good, I'll continue to transmit nitrogen this way. Next is to consolidate the soil. This loose single-structured soil doesn't allow for low oxygen and also doesn't drain well. For cultivation soil with a granular friable structure is ideal. That's why what I need to create now is fertilizer. As soon as he thought of it, Demon Lord Kratos grimaced and ordered, all of you bring me your shit. Hearing that sentence, all three demon generals froze. They all had the same thought. After turning him into a lightning rod and roasting him, he still wants to smear shit on him. That's too cruel, extremely cruel. On a fresh early morning in the middle of the forest, a young man was strolling leisurely through the dense trees. Suddenly a moan made Kimchi stop in his tracks. Please save me. He cautiously approached the source of the pathetic cry. Please save us. Kimchi lifted his face and peeked inside to investigate. The two of them pleaded pitifully. We were attacked by a group of goblins. Please help us. If you do, we will reward you handsomely. Kimchi's face darkened as he stepped out from the bushes. His style of dress made the two of them stare wide-eyed in terror. Kimchi calmly extended his hand to reassure them. Don't be afraid, I'm not suspicious. You look damn suspicious. He looks suspiciously insane. Kimchi diligently inquired, are you injured in the leg? Before the person could react, Kimchi had already slung the injured person over his shoulder. Kimchi gestured for them to lead the way. Please lead the way. Though confused, the holy capitalist Frontera still nodded. Ah, all right. Asrahan praised him profusely. You're really strong. I am the envoy Asrahan, and the person behind us is my servant Frontera. Asrahan tried to appear friendly. May I know your name? Kimchi quietly replied, from now on. That's also what I want to find out. At Demon Lord Kratos' castle, in the meeting room, the three great demon generals were sitting in deep thought. Hatak's face turned ashen. How can we just bring shit like that? Are we supposed to defecate right here or what? Dunning and Sergei, embarrassed and restless, bit his fingernails. This is insane. It's absolutely disgusting and horrifying, Ban said sadly. It's been a long time since I've eaten. I can't poop. Sergei was the same. Sergei stood up and slammed the table. Don't talk about my shit, you idiot. Hatak seriously considered, even if we could poop, I wouldn't want to give him my shit. Let's beat up the low-level demons and make them poop. In a remote village on the border, sounds of weeping echoed. Please, please don't do this. I beg you, sir. A gaunt, skeletal demon was trembling, squatting, and begging. If everyone keeps looking like that, I can't poop. Please at least wait outside. Hatak stood outside the door with his arms crossed behind his back. Why is it taking so long, huh? The soldier narrowed his eyes and replied. The others said the same thing, but they couldn't. But before he could finish, Hatak coldly stepped inside. So, you can't provide it to us by any means. The demon stammered in fear. Lord Hatak, I haven't eaten in a long time, so I can't. Hatak immediately and decisively grabbed the demon's neck. He lifted the demon, growling, his sharp night claws glinting. Thank you, I understand now. Saying that, Hatak extended his hand claws out, intending to pierce the demon's stomach. The weak demon could only scream desperately for help. Fortunately, Bon managed to grab Hatak's hand to stop him. Hatak glanced at him questioningly. What's the matter? Ban calmly explained, stabbing his stomach out will kill him. That means there'll be no shit. Shit they need to poop more so we can get more. Hatak nodded in approval and let the demon down. That's really smart. I didn't expect it to come from you. Hatak scowled, veins bulging on his face. If I feed them, your flesh, maybe they'll be able to digest it. Ban remained calm, his face tilted, exuding a fierce, killing intent. Two great sources of power erupted, making the low-level demon tremble uncontrollably. The two of them put all their strength into their fists and instantly rushed at each other without hesitation. Just then, Kratos suddenly appeared and shouted, What are you doing, huh? Hatak and Ban were electrocuted, their entire bodies numb. Humans aren't the only creatures that know how to excrete. Kratos extended his hand and explained, Shit without nutrients is useless. You have to find nutrient-rich shit. Zephyrus glanced and asked, Shit, sir. Kratos nodded. Yes, fuel to provide nutrients for the soil. Normally, fertilizer is made from wood powder grass, soil eggshells, and chicken droppings. As for wood powder and grass, we can use the houses we saw earlier. The problem is the eggshells and chicken waste. Kratos suddenly remembered something. Oh, he ordered, Zephyrus, bring me the map of my kingdom. Zephyrus obeyed. Yes, your majesty. Kratos placed his hand on top of the map. He looked at the map and thought to himself, just as expected, it's exactly like the map in the game, meaning I can find them once I get to this place. Whoa, where the seagulls reside. In the game, they appear a lot. That means the seagulls can digest a lot of nutrients from human places. And when they poop and lay eggs there, it will be an incredibly wonderful place. Zephyrus observed intently. Your Majesty, are you planning to collect seagull waste? Kratos was a bit surprised. Oh, you're pretty sharp too. Zephyrus calmly recounted. That place is called the Cliff of No Return. It has no handholds, and if you fall, sir, you'll be trapped by the fierce waves. Kratos' face darkened. I know that too, he thought, because that's a place you can't reach in the game. Kratos said decisively, but I can climb it. They were now at the Cliff of the Seagulls. The three demon generals all had the same thought. What is he thinking? Many people have challenged themselves to catch those seagulls since ancient times, but they all fell into that deadly sea. Kratos turned his head and instructed, I will climb up and throw down bags containing waste and eggs. Make sure you catch them. Kratos grinned, assuring them, if this plan succeeds, everyone will eat their fill. Ban thoughtfully recalled everything from before, the moment Hatak grabbed the weak demon's neck, revealing its bones. When the starving demon tribe had nothing to eat, Kratos advanced alone to the edge of the cliff. He looked at the cliff before him and thought silently, which playthrough was it when I tried to climb this in the game before? I tried every way to climb this cliff before. Kratos jumped with all his might. I've tried hundreds of times and died countless times in the process. His heels quickly left the cliff face. Everyone was intently watching Kratos' actions without blinking. Kratos leaped towards the towering stone pillar. But in the end, I succeeded in the game. Kratos quickly dug his fingernails into the cliff face by exploiting a glitch. Kratos' hand squeezed tightly, causing a chunk of rock to indent inwards. The demon generals watched in astonishment, not daring to look away for a single moment. Kratos immediately opened the game item inventory, then pressed the drop all items button. Before the eyes of the demon generals, Kratos' naked body was sinking into the cliff face. The demon generals truly couldn't believe their eyes. While thinking, Kratos turned around. I have to flip over quickly. Sergei, blushing beet red, closed his eyes and turned away. Oh God, no. Kratos quickly pressed the equip items button. Now he was dangling precariously on the towering cliff. This action terrified Sergei, flipping over and taking off all his clothes. Repeating that over and over again is how he climbs up. Kratos continued to flip over naked, then flip back and put his clothes on again. Just like that, climbing naked, turning around, then putting clothes on. Kratos' hand finally reached the top of the high cliff. He stood majestically on high, full of power. Done? A world where the game system shares an equipment inventory and a map location no one can reach. Oh, so it's feasible. Combining all of these, I've experimented, and it's proven to be feasible. Ban watched Kratos in astonishment. His Majesty said he would feed us. Ban will go up and help him. Zephyrus was still in shock. How did you... That place is... As soon as Ban finished speaking, he dashed off. Zephyrus, startled, tried to stop him. No, you can't. Zephyrus' shout made Kratos snap his head around to look. At this moment, Ban had leaped into mid-air and was lunging towards the high cliff. Ban will follow His Majesty. Kratos shouted a warning. What are you doing, huh? Although Ban had reached the side of the cliff face quickly crumbled. Kratos' hand quickly grabbed Ban's. Kratos gritted his teeth, struggling to hold on to Ban's hand. Veins popped out all over Kratos' body. He sweated, thinking silently, this guy is too heavy. My arm's about to break. No, wait. Why do I have to save this guy? He's one of the 4 demon generals, a threat to me. Wouldn't it be better if he just disappeared? I have no reason to help him. Kratos' mind suddenly became indecisive and hard to describe. Zhang Cheon, please help me just this once. The professor won't let me submit my paper. He plans to keep me as his errand boy forever. Please, can you help me? Then at least he'll look at my paper and evaluate it. The professor likes you. You're the best. He'll listen to you. Please. He's a junior who always accompanied me. Because I was his first subordinate, maybe the professor would listen to me, but Zhang Cheon coldly refused. That's your problem. I was afraid I'd lose favor and then I'd put myself in negative situations. Maybe, just maybe, I might have been able to save that guy. If I had tried a little harder, if I had set limits for myself, his face in my memory would be a smiling one. Kratos roared in utter frustration and rage. He threw his body, putting all his strength into his arm. Even if his arm broke, Demon Lord Kratos still struggled to pull Ban upwards. Kratos swung his arm with great force, flinging Ban upwards in an instant. Ban's body fell crashing onto the ground. Kratos panted heavily, clutching his aching arm. Ban was stunned. Your Majesty saved me even though you could have gotten hurt. You didn't have to do that. Why? Kratos paused thoughtfully upon hearing his subordinate's question. He stood up, tilted his head, and replied, because that's not as painful as abandoning my subordinate, and in the end, I would regret those things if I didn't do it. Ban's facial muscles suddenly twitched, and tears welled up in the corners of his eyes. This is also what I should have done for him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Suddenly, the system panel appeared before Kratos. Even though you haven't fully adapted to Demon Lord Kratos' body, you still used all your strength to save someone. As a result, you have earned the gratitude of Ban, one of the 4 demon generals. Kratos nodded, looking at the system panel and thinking, is that his gratitude? Among hundreds of completed achievements, a system has been established that brings your army. An abundant feeling of happiness will grant you a large amount of points. Kratos was confused. A large amount, huh? System congratulates happiness points. HP accumulation system has been opened. Kratos stared at the system panel in amazement. Happiness points. I know this thing. Can it be used to get me a discount on ice cream? Is there any place in this world that sells ice cream? The system replied, no. What kind of game sells ice cream? Good heavens, I can talk to this thing. For every soldier in the Demon Legion who feels happy from having a full stomach, you will receive 1 happiness point. You can use these points to buy stats. You can now only use 20% of Demon Lord Kratos' power, stamina, mental strength, physical strength, agility. Magical power is also at 20%. Try to raise all 5 stats and possess 100% of Kratos' power. Kratos carefully considered. So let's see. Plus 10% stamina. System plus 110% stamina. To buy 10% stamina, you need 50 happiness points. Current HP is 0. Tisk, that's too expensive. You can also use happiness points to buy skill enhancements. The skill you have is Blood Strike level 1. The happiness points needed to level up are 250. I haven't done anything yet, but if I can successfully grind, then I can get a lot of happiness points, right? Then I'll become super strong and increase my survivability too. Kratos looked at Ban, who was crying. Ah, to be thanked by someone. Just thinking about it made Kratos smile excitedly. That feeling must be great, huh? Ban thought in terror. His face looks like he'll tear me apart instantly if I don't listen to what he says, because I owe him my life. Kratos is truly a wicked demon lord. He didn't save me out of any noble deed at all. Kratos stood on the cliff hundreds of meters high and called down, Oi, you lot! I'll put shit in this eggshell and throw it down there. Catch it. The people below heard this and choked. What? After speaking, Kratos decisively threw the eggshell down without mercy. The essence of the flock of birds just gushed out, splattering all over their faces. I can't take it anymore. Kratos excitedly clenched his fists. Time to farm. Now, whatever I have, I'll give it all to them. Now, the first step is to make organic fertilizer seagull droppings eggshells for the plants and some gravelly soil. Then, grind them up and mix them together. Sergei grind and mix all that stuff up. What you want me to do, that you have plenty of hands, do it yourself? Sergei roared in anger. I, Sergei, the king of coal. She raised her sword to the sky and declared, my hands were not made for things like mixing shit. Kratos wickedly understood. Oh, really? Then I'll give you an easier task. He pointed towards the lightning rod. Over there, you just need to stay still like that and let the lightning strike you. Easy, right? And so Sergei had to grit his teeth in pain and continuously slash to mix the bird droppings. Kratos' heart skipped a beat as he thought, phew, that scared me to death. This bunch is all hot-headed and dazed. I have to be careful. But I am the demon lord. I will strive to rise up at all costs. The second step to making organic fertilizer is to add water. Hatak, I want you to fill the air with mist. Hatak was confused. What demon lord? The smell will be even worse if the air is more humid. Why would I do that? Ah, so you refuse to do it, huh? How about this, will you do it? So Hatak also had to roar and fly around in the air to create moist mist. Kratos quietly asked, is it humid enough? Ban nodded, holding soil in his hand, and replied, after soaking in water it's softer, just like you said. The third step is to place it in a dry place and cover it with a cloth made of seagull feathers, but even doing a little bit takes too much time. To make enough fertilizer to cover this barren land, there's no other choice but for me to mobilize the entire demon race. There's something that's been weighing on my mind, but I have to finish it now. I will continue to advance in the name of the demon lord. Night fell, enveloping the towering valley. The gentle moonlight shone down on the dilapidated house. In the decaying wooden room, a demon was sadly bowing his head before a sickbed. The little girl on the bed called out, Father! He was dejected. What is it, Fruit? Fruit, gaunt and weak, lay on the bed. Please, eat me. Fruit, father told you not to say that, the little girl cried out wearily. I miss mother. He stared wide-eyed in shock. That monster was truly terrifying and bizarre. It kept screaming, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Poor Fruit cried and collapsed to the ground in fear. The monster's huge mouth descended. But at that moment, a woman suddenly appeared, standing protectively in front of Fruit. The little girl stared wide-eyed at the woman's figure. She smiled gently at Fruit. Mother, As soon as she finished speaking, the monster took one bite and swallowed Fruit's mother whole. Fruit's father said sadly, "If you're no longer here, what reason is there for father to live on?" Suddenly, a noise startled him. Demon Lord Kratos was entering with his subordinates. Kratos growled, "You still have the strength to shout, huh? Take him away." "Wait, what about Fruit?" "Then, if we leave her like this, the high-level demons will eat her." Despite his desperate pleas, Kratos and his subordinates coldly left. No Fruit. "Father, how many more demons do we need? 20 demons so far, still short of 30. Kratos' eyes coldly looked at Fruit. The little girl was miserably clinging on without a shred of hope left. Kratos remembered when he played the game the first time he met Fruit. He pressed the controller button without hesitation. The sword in his hand immediately descended, taking Fruit's life. At that time, Fruit had the same expression. Even so, Kratos still resolutely turned away. He waved his hand and ordered, "Halt all cannibalism among yourselves. That is now illegal. Zephyrus, I want you to gather all the remaining demons. Everyone get to work making fertilizer immediately. Zephyrus, I want you to gather all the remaining demons. Everyone get to work making fertilizer immediately." The sunset gradually descended behind the mountains. Yet these demons still had to continuously pound the pile of manure on the ground with pestles. Dayrock was skeptical of life. "Why do we have to waste our energy on this for several days? Farming, that sounds ridiculous." The demon next to him subtly warned, "Shut your mouth. Dayrock, you'll lose your head if the demon lord hears that." Dayrock grimaced. "Either way, I'm dead. Assuming this land becomes fertile again, what are we going to plant? We don't have any seedlings." Suddenly, Kratos appeared unexpectedly behind Dayrock. "You're wondering what we're going to plant, huh?" Dayrock's heart skipped a beat. "Demon lord." Kratos gestured. "Follow me." Kratos walked seriously, thinking, "That day, the purple flower I accidentally saw, that's something that can be planted." Dayrock looked at the purple flower at the base of the tree in amazement. "That's it, huh?" "Yes, we'll plant from the roots of this plant. Ban and some other farming teams have dug them up from other places too." Dayrock was still dazed and didn't understand. "Excuse me, Demon Lord, but the roots of this plant are inedible. Consuming it will release toxins that cause excruciating pain throughout the body and then death." Kratos slowly picked up the base of the flower. "But there's nothing else on this land that can be chewed, right? As for experimenting to see if it's edible or not, let's do it now." Dayrock was confused. "Excuse me, experiment?" Kratos nodded. "Yes, do it now." He panted ominously. "Your daughter, feed her this." Dayrock felt like the sky was falling. He screamed and wailed as he ran away. "No! Why? Why would you do this to my innocent child? Please don't eat it. Don't eat it." Dayrock stood blocking the door and shouted, "Fruit, don't eat that." He panted heavily, looking inside the room. "Father," tears welled up in the little girl's eyes. "Even so, I ate it, and it doesn't hurt at all, Father. I feel full." Dayrock trembled uncontrollably. "Fruit, are you okay?" Fruit replied, "Yes, Sir Zephyrus and Sir Ban gave me this to eat yesterday. I don't feel anything at all." "So, do you believe me now? A long, long time ago, people in various lands somehow made poisonous things edible. They successfully processed it and made it a solution to their famine." Kratos lost control and laughed slyly. "It is also known as potato." Fruit looked at. Kratos moved. "Demon Lord, I can't believe you're so kind to a low-level demon like me. Thank you so much, sir. System A portion of your army feels happy from eating. You received happiness points for the first time. HP points +1. Ding, current HP is 1. Kratos frowned, looking at the system panel appearing before his eyes. Then he looked at Fruit's happy face. Kratos' face darkened as he thought. At that time, Fruit's face might have been in extreme pain. But now she's smiling. "Just because I'm the Demon Lord doesn't mean I'm always arrogant." Kratos flashed a wide smile to encourage Fruit. "Kid, you just need to eat and try to grow up, that's all." That demonic laugh. Is he fattening up the kid to eat her? He's truly a wicked Demon Lord. The deepest part of Demon Lord Seven-Tao's vast territory. The territory is divided into 5 regions, and this region is located in the deepest area. It's bone-chillingly cold at night and terribly hot in the morning. This climate resembles an Andean plateau. In the past, people in the Andes didn't have enough food to eat, so they had to eat poisonous potatoes. So did they all die? Don't you know what kind of creatures humans are? They know how to turn things people say are inedible into edible food. Dayrock knelt on one knee and shouted, "Demon Lord, we've spread out the potatoes, sir." Kratos glanced and ordered, "Good. Ban crush them." Ban quickly launched his body into midair. He landed with powerful force. Ban stomped everything from one place to another. We froze them for 5 nights, then used Ban's meteor stomp on them after thawing them during the day. That caused the toxins in the potatoes to leak out and evaporate. We froze, thawed, stomped, and then evaporated them. After repeating this process, we dried and stored them before cooking. Then they became edible potatoes. Kratos' face darkened as he mumbled an order, "Gather the gardeners to make fertilizer." Kratos excitedly stuck out his tongue. "It's time to eat the newly created snacks. They'll enjoy eating this, won't they?" Kratos crossed his arms and looked at the demons. "There aren't too many, so each person take 2. Zephyrus wondered, "There are still many potatoes, why don't we make more?" Kratos frowned. "I don't think there are many left. It's not enough to serve an entire demon army. Therefore, we'll have to plant the remaining potatoes and create more." The demon workers skeptically held plates of potatoes in their hands. "These are poisonous roots. Are they really edible?" "My relatives died after eating this." Dayrock picked up a potato and reassured them. "I told you the demon lord changed it, and now it's edible." Fruit ate it and is still normal. The demon next to him panicked. "Idiot. Look at the demon lord's face. Is that the face of someone who will give you food? He's waiting for us to eat and wants us to roll on the ground before we die?" Despite that, Dayrock ignored the chatter and stuffed the potato straight into his mouth. "Are you crazy?" The other demons were all intently watching Dayrock's expression as he chewed. Dayrock swallowed with a gulp. Then he shouted 2 streams of tears flowing down his cheeks. "Long live the demon lord." After the farming group witnessed the first person eat, everyone ate this dish very quickly. After they finished eating, everyone focused their gaze on Kratos. Everyone had the same thought. The demon lord actually gave us edible food? All the demons chorused, "Yes?" They cheered loudly. "Kratos, yes, Kratos. Yes, Kratos. Yes, Kratos." Kratos, however, made a face and thought, "I don't like these words. I'll have to correct them later." Zephyrus nodded, observing and thinking to himself, his face shows that it seems he didn't expect he'd be able to produce edible food on this barren land. Perhaps he can truly end the tragedy caused by hunger. System A portion of the demon army is feeling happy from being well fed. Points added +50. Current HP is 51. Kratos looked at the system panel in surprise. "Oh," he smiled unconsciously. "That's a decent amount of points. I can make myself a little stronger. But what will help me the most, I still have no idea, so I'll earn more points first." Kratos stroked his chin thoughtfully. "We'll divide into a farming team and a fertilizer-making team." Zephyrus stood to one side and ordered, "Farming team, listen up. Tell the whole village this after you finish your work. Say that food can now be grown on this land. We promise that the demons who dig up potatoes will get a ticket to exchange for this food to eat." Kratos glanced at Zephyrus. He's pretty smart. Although he looks a bit troublesome, he also helps the most. "The loyal demons have dug up potatoes for me. One side creates edible food. Sergei and Hatak are trying their best to make fertilizer. The smell of manure. The others will make fertilizer." Kratos signaled the demons carrying the lightning rod Asuras to move. "That's right. Move it over here. No. 10 steps from here. 1 step back." They quickly obeyed and planted the lightning rod into the ground. Kratos waved his hand, unleashing electricity. Zap. "Meanwhile, I'll work hard to produce nitrogen. Now that there's enough fertilizer, it's time to implement the next step. We need to spread the fertilizer all over this place, but it's too big. That's too much for the farmers to do when they've only eaten a little bit of chuno." Asuras behind him continuously groaned, "Ugh, Kratos, you bastard, kill me." He coldly swiped his hand, sending high-voltage electricity at Asuras. A demon who can work well without eating. Even if he doesn't rest, he can work for a long time. Is there no other way but to wait for that thing? Kratos sat on the throne and asked again, "Do you really request more troops?" Zephyrus respectfully replied, "Yes, I did. We ordered the regions to stop attacking and conquering new lands and to provide as many troops as possible for farming. While we have sent envoys to the star regions requesting more people, we still haven't received any response." Kratos thought resentfully. Did the messengers die of starvation before they arrived? It's too difficult to spread fertilizer with the current army. In the demon lands, the star region, a deadly cliff. A general was kneeling and reporting, "Based on the demon scout's report, Demon Lord Kratos has actually started farming. It seems they've managed to create food." The old man mumbled, "Kratos? He's doing all that because he's afraid of me. Since I became stronger, many demons have died. He stopped the war and is reducing the number of starvation deaths to keep me in check. He was the supreme master of the stars, the father of Death Sarun. You've taken care of all the envoys sent to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th star regions, haven't you?" The general bowed his head. "That's right. The other star masters know nothing about the war being stopped and the farming." Sarun said sternly, "The demons will all starve to death. Only then will they become my food and my army. Therefore," he sneered cunningly, "then I will kill Kratos and become the demon king. My ally Fiamia." Fiamia raised his head. "Yes, Lord Sarun." The old man sharply ordered, "I want you to destroy everything Kratos has achieved related to farming." Fiammia's eyes glinted with a blue light as if in approval. On a desolate evening in Demon Lord Kratos' field, Fiamia was tiptoeing. Kratos is truly wicked. He turned Asuras into a corpse to scare others. Don't worry, Asuras. Lord Saroon really likes your arrogance. He will take you in after killing Kratos. He waved his hand, summoning shadows. Fiamia roared, destroy this land and make it unusable. Upon hearing the order, the shadows immediately swarmed across the field. A shadow asked dazedly, Lord Fiamia, is this the fertilizer the demon lord mentioned? Fiamia laughed heartily. Throw them everywhere, ha 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 ha. They might collect it again to use, so spread it evenly. Mix it into the soil so that not a single piece of manure can be seen. Bury it deep underground. Jasi nachmotsan. Fiamia laughed hysterically. Fiamia laughed excitedly and wildly. Asurus' face showed a hint of sadness. He recalled the conversation between Kratos and Zephyrus. What should we do? The manure pile must be crushed and mixed into the soil. Doing that is very difficult, so it will be impossible for the farmers. Fiamia and the shadows danced and cheered in victory. You're finished. Kratos, ha ha ha. Asuras was helpless. What do you think you'll achieve by doing this? A fresh new day at Demon Lord Kratos' castle. Phew. A ghost sat on a small rock and sighed. It'll never be finished. The other ghost saw this and got angry. Hey, over there, stop being lazy. If there's any land left that hasn't been tilled, Demon Lord Kratos will turn it into farmland. Number 27, Waiteen. You're working much harder today. You were always lazy before. Ah, that's right. Number 141. But I don't know anymore. When I look at everything we've done, I feel proud, you understand. It's as if I've done something useful. Ghost number 1341 was stunned and confused. He shook his head and chuckled, ha ha, this idiot. The other ghosts also laughed and joked while tilling the soil. Today, I'm an idiot too. There's not much left. Aren't we doing a good job at this? Ah, it's morning already. The sun's heat immediately scorched the ghosts. Ah, I lost all track of time because I was so busy working. We're going to die. However, dying like this isn't bad. At least we did something useful. Those ghosts dissipated into small soul fragments flying up to the sky. Fiamia held an umbrella to shield from the sun, tears streaming down his cheeks. He wiped his tears and praised, well done, rest in peace. Now then, let's see how Kratos reacts. Plowing the field took longer than expected, but we ourselves also took that much time. Kratos stood with his arms crossed in front of the pile of potatoes. All these potatoes are in a dormant state. Zephyrus wondered, dormant? Kratos nodded. Yes, they won't sprout. Even if we plant them, it'll be useless. Like a potato sleeping peacefully in the earth. And then someone pulled it up by its hair. The potato died from shock. Their biological rhythm has stopped. Kratos thought to himself, their dormancy period will end faster if I keep them at around 4 degrees Celsius for 2 to 3 weeks, then suddenly move them to a warmer and darker place. I want Sergei to infuse her ice energy into them, but she's very angry right now. Hatak is also planning something. I won't be able to avoid being attacked by both of them at the same time. It's better to think of another way. Maybe I can increase the warehouse temperature to about 23 degrees. That's why I had the farmer soldiers do squads. But they quickly got tired, so that method also failed. Kratos bit his lip in annoyance. He turned sharply, determined. To the farm, Zephyrus, I'll do what I can. At least I need to infuse nitrogen into the soil. When Kratos arrived at the farm, what lay before him was a mess. Kratos truly couldn't believe his eyes. What? The soil has all been tilled. The stench is spreading everywhere. He gritted his teeth and glared, thinking, the field is ready for cultivation. What miracle is this? Fiamia was hiding on one side, observing Kratos' expression. Shocked, aren't you, bastard? I've successfully and completely destroyed his field. Ha 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 ha. Ban tilted his head, standing behind Fiamia. Ban quickly grabbed him and presented him to Kratos for inspection. He's over there. Cuckoo. Let me go. Kratos was surprised and thought to himself, ah, that's Fiamia, one of the leaders of the Death Cliff. Did he come here himself after hearing the summons? He grimaced and interrogated, what are you doing here? Fiamia stammered, it's meaning to take a punch from Demon Lord Kratos, huh? Zephyrus wondered, he hadn't even answered yet, and you already punched him, sir. Kratos' face darkened. It seems he's trying to hide something. Beating him up is the most effective way to handle this. Fiamia grimaced and praised evenly. As expected of the Demon Lord, but I, Fiamia, won't speak easily. So not speaking easily, huh? Kratos repeatedly punched Fiamia in the face, making him groan. Even if, what? After a while of fruitless interrogation, Kratos was completely exhausted. Oh God, I'm so tired. System use HP to buy different stats. Stamina, spirit, strength, intellect, magic are all at 20%. Owned HP is 51. You have used 50 HP to upgrade stamina. Current strength has increased to 30%. As soon as he finished upgrading, Kratos continued to pummel Fiamia's face. Wait, I'll talk. Cuff. Actually, I was ordered to destroy the fields, cough to make everyone starve to death. In the end, Sarun is the one who blocks the aid requests, Kratos pondered. All right, I understand. He only gets stronger when there are more starving demons. Zephyrus continued, this is an act of rebellion, but it could also be an opportunity. If you defeat the Supreme Star Master Sarun, the demons complaining about the expedition will see it as a warning to them. Kratos frowned, thinking to himself, even if that's not the problem, they'll keep hindering my farming if I just leave them be. I need a sure way to deal with them. Zephyrus asked seriously. The problem is how to defeat Sarun. Yes, he has the ability to turn his body into something like a ghost. Even in the game, Sarun moves all over the Death Cliff, which is already a complex map. So the entire stage is no different from a game of hide and seek with him. If the pests are too hard to kill because they keep hiding, then we have to drag them out of their nest. Fruit was holding a shovel looking up at something. The little girl's eyes met Asuras's. He glared menacingly. What are you looking at? Fruit scratched her face shyly. About, she bowed politely. I heard that thanks to your sacrifice, sir, we now have food. Thank you, sir. Hearing that, Asuras flew into a rage, baring his teeth angrily. How dare you mock me, Asuras? I'll kill you, you damn brat. Fruit, seeing this, ran away in terror. Just you wait, Kratos. As soon as I get out of here, I'll find you and kill you. A voice suddenly spoke up. Now all together. Asuras glanced upon, hearing the familiar voice. Huh, Kratos? Kratos noisily approached from the distance. So much fun! So much fun! Congratulations on the second lightning rod in the office. So much fun! So much fun! Kratos and the farmers beat drums and shouted noisily. So much fun! So much fun! So much fun! So much fun! Asuras was stunned. Now, the second lightning rod. Asuras's eyes welled up with tears of happiness. I'm free. I won't have to be a roasted chicken day and night anymore. The Fiammia lightning rod was placed next to the Asura's lightning rod. Huh. Kratos roared, unleashing a blood strike. A warm current of lightning spread across both lightning rods. Oh, he means there are two lightning rods now. Oh, great. The electrifying shock numbs the heart. It's truly light work for high pay. Sarun sat dazedly watching Fiammia get electrocuted mercilessly through the crystal ball. He burst into tears of pain. Ah, my confidant Fiammia. Take this. Kratos landed a powerful blow straight at Fiammia, who was hanging on the cross. He screamed in pain nonstop. Sarun witnessed this scene through the crystal ball, weeping and wailing. Fiammia, you must be in so much pain. Not stopping there, Kratos continued to unleash attacks on him. Fiammia screamed louder and louder. Stop! Stop! Sarun roared in despair. Look! Kratos glanced towards the nearby tree trunk. On it, a bird was holding a crystal ball. He thought to himself, that bird is the scout that appears in the game. It's observing me very closely. He gritted his teeth, glaring at it. I'll make you regret disrupting my farming. Scene change. The radiant sun cast dazzling rays down upon the overlapping mountain ranges. Little Fruit was diligently holding a small shovel digging the earth. Asuras tied to the cross stared intently at the little girl. Although Fruit was still a child, her hands were covered in various scars and wounds. Her fingernails were even dry and cracked. Asuras asked in a low voice, Hey kid, what are you doing? The little girl heard him and turned to look at him. The Demon Lord and the 4 great demon generals, along with all the adults they're trying to farm, so I want to help out too. He sneered. What a stupid, low-class little demon. The field next to me has already been tilled by this guy. What's more useful than that? Fruit, far from being angered by the insult, politely said to Fiammia, Really thank you, sir. I'll plow the field and install the lightning rod. Whoosh! Fiammia smiled at the little girl. Oh, great. I feel rewarded now you're pretending to leave. Asuras raised an eyebrow and said, You think tilling a little bit of land or farming on this wasteland will work? That damn potato or whatever won't sprout. People say if you warm up the potato storage, it'll sprout faster. Anyway, everyone will starve to death. After hearing that, Fruit picked up her bag and waddled away. Thank you, Sprout Potato. The little girl just ran off like that. He snorted with laughter. What the hell is she doing? Scene change. At the grand castle atop the towering mountain, Zephyrus followed behind Kratos and said in a low voice, I have some doubts about this plan, Demon Lord. Even if Sarun knows it's a trap, will he come to save Fiammia? Of course not. Yes, he frowned slightly. First I'll send subordinates, until he's forced to jump out of his extremely advantageous position and fight. We will capture all of that bastard invader's people. We will eliminate every single one of the opposing regions. Through the crystal ball that the bird was holding, Sarun could easily observe everything happening over there. He was full of complacency. Idiot. You think if you keep resisting my children, I won't be able to do anything to you. Fiammia's matter is truly regrettable, but my true purpose is only one. Destroy your crops, go cursed soul. After that, the souls quickly flew towards Kratos's warehouse. Trample and trample everything. In just a moment, they all easily got inside. Knew it. But Kratos had already anticipated this. The souls were slightly startled upon hearing his voice. I knew the cursed souls would come. Welcome to your own grave. They looked at Kratos's cruel smile and hesitated, slightly bewildered. He thought to himself, the first time I encountered these scavengers in the game, they were really annoying. Sarun's second army. First of all, the problem is they always gather in groups. And when there's further physical contact with the player, when they cling to the player and quickly age them, a very troublesome type of monster capable of copying the strength of anyone it touches. Now then, there's still a way to destroy them. By attacking with lightning attribute objects, they can be defeated, he growled provocatively. So who should I roast first? The cursed souls, seeing the flashing lightning bolts, quickly planned their escape. It's a trap run, but it wasn't that easy. No way, the real trap is just beginning now. They all rushed towards the warehouse door, wanting to escape, but at this moment, for some reason, the top of the door was covered in red blood. What is that? Blood. Kratos's blood has been spread there since last night. And now the technique Kratos uses will be even more powerful. He exuded a fierce aura, his entire body ablaze with dazzling light and surrounded by lightning bolts. Those lightning bolts followed the bloodstains Kratos had left on the door. They twisted together at the pool of blood, exploding violently and spreading throughout the warehouse. Golden lightning surged like a flood, sucking all the souls inside. Blood art explosion. Kratos shouted loudly. Now I can hit them with physical attacks. Deploy the farmer army. Immediately after, the farmers rushed in, carrying axes, hammers, shovels of all kinds. Let's go. Those souls had now returned to their original forms. They looked at them in terror. He thought to himself, even though those friends look scrawny and unimpressive when they coordinate, they are an unstoppable force. Charge, brothers. The farmers were full of fighting spirit. In just a moment, they had seized the initiative. Witnessing this scene, he wondered, oh, what is this? It feels like I'm a cold and outstanding king leading an army into battle. Maybe I belong to this world. There were still a few who got electrocuted running away. Kratos quickly used lightning to attack the remaining souls. I have to take them down myself. Just then, he suddenly realized something. Under this pile of potatoes, fruit for some reason crawled out from inside. Kratos stared wide-eyed in confusion. What since when? Immediately after, a cursed soul quickly rushed towards the little girl. Fruit. The fighting farmers saw this and were worried sick. He couldn't help but click his tongue. It's definitely those guys. So then, now the only thing left is to reduce the number of escapees. Most importantly, what should I do with that? To stop the enemy's attack and save the kid, he picked up a potato and threw it straight in that direction. His mind was in extreme panic. I'm such an idiot. What's the use of throwing something like that? The kid will die. Unexpectedly, the potato just hit the other soul's head. Its body coiled around that potato. From blue, it suddenly turned red. Kratos frowned in bewilderment watching this scene. The potato fell from its body. Now a few small sprouts had grown on it. The potato rolled down onto the pile of potatoes below. Taking advantage of his inattention, the other cursed souls seized the opportunity to escape outside. Kratos stared intently at that potato. That is a potato sprout? He suddenly widened his eyes. Thanks to the temperature increase process, the potato's biological clock has started running. One now. Now. He picked fruit up. Then he flashed a demonic smile, so demonic it couldn't be more demonic. Well done, kid. The little girl was so scared her face turned purple, her whole body trembling. Kratos stood on the pile of potatoes and boomed, "Attention Farmer Army, Sarun's attack plan has been thwarted." Now then, he picked up a potato from under his feet. It's time to attack them. Where's this? Who am I? Asuras wearily looked up at the dazzling sunny sky. What am I living for? Oh, the sun is so beautiful. The source of life, I am grateful to be facing you. His stomach kept rumbling. Oh, this is the feeling of hunger. Even I, it turns out, still long to live. Just then, another voice rang out, Lord Asuras. Fruit held a bowl containing small seeds in her hand. She smiled and said, thanks to Lord Asuras talking about potato sprouts, everything went smoothly and we even got a lot of fertilizer. Lord Kratos has recruited a bunch of farmer soldiers and has set off to plant potato sprouts. Asura stared wide-eyed at the bowl in the little girl's hand. He opened his mouth wide. Food. Fruit quickly understood. You're hungry, aren't you, sir? Let me give it to you. Here. The little girl threw a small seed towards him. But in the end, it missed. That seed went straight into one of his eyes. Asuras roared madly. Kill? I'll kill you. Sorry. One more time. After being stabbed straight in the eye twice, a piece finally fell into his mouth. Asuras had never felt so blissful as at this moment. So delicious. On the other side, the system immediately notified Kratos, A portion of your Demon Lord army is experiencing supreme happiness. Accumulated happiness points increased by 1. Current HP 302. Kratos thought to himself, this time the rewards received, including new members, are 300. One more person is probably that kid. Who's the other one then? Anyone's fine. The more HP points, the better, right? I have to save them to use when attacking Sauron, don't I? After that, he boomed, Farmer Army Charge Bumper Harvest, pray for everyone. They were now preparing to attack Sarune's hiding place. On the other side of the wooden bridge, 2 souls were holding axes. Cut down the bridge. The wooden bridge was thus cut down. They laughed gleefully. There's no bridge now. What are you going to do? Unexpectedly, Kratos suddenly jumped from the other side to this side. But just as he was about to climb over, his body gradually fell. The 2 other souls saw this and laughed with delight. Idiot Kratos. He just jumped down like that and fell into the abyss. What an idiot. But life isn't like a dream. Their smiles quickly faded. Below Kratos' body was buried under the soil. The 2 souls stared wide-eyed, not understanding what he was trying to do. Kratos' armor, for some reason, had been thrown to one side. He looked at them with sharp eyes, his hands and feet quickly climbing up. His body, just like that, slipped into the pre-placed armor. The 2 souls, terrified, quickly ran around in panic. It's so uncomfortable, disgusting, so scary, so scary, so scary. Kratos turned his head to look at the other side of the abyss. He pointed at them. Proceed according to plan. Zephyrus quickly understood what he meant and nodded lightly. Kratos rushed inside first. He thought to himself, according to my intelligent prediction, the plant spirits must be terrified of potatoes. But what if I rush in alone, unarmed, or Sarune inside also knew he was rushing in. He's alone and didn't bring any cursed potatoes. Charge plant spirits. Just a quick attack is all we need to win. Immediately after, a group of plant spirits rushed towards Kratos in unison. Ultimate move. Super quantum shift. He and his armor separated again. Kratos' body was buried deep in the earth, and the armor also moved right behind him. His naked body, just like that, slipped into the layers of earth. The plant spirits witnessing this scene cried out in fear, "Ah, such disgusting movement! Since when could he phase through walls upstairs? He's gone upstairs. Catch him. Just catch him, and we win." A whole group chased after him, but couldn't catch up to his movements. Impossible. Did the Demon Lord disappear in the blink of an eye again? Kratos thought to himself, a total of 19 times. This is a map with no corner left unsearched. Sweep clean every area where they've appeared in the game as I know it, then wait for them to gather in one place and catch them all in one go. After a while, Kratos finally stopped. He put his armor back on, stood in the center, and a group of plant spirits also surrounded him. He gently exhaled breath by breath. The plant spirit seized the opportunity and rushed forward. He's exhausted. Even if he's the Demon Lord, he's reached his limit. Kratos glared at them. No. Now. I'm no longer the Demon Lord, but a veteran gamer. Immediately after, Zephyrus shouted an order, "Saplings." The farmer army emerged from small holes in the wall, immediately grabbing potatoes and throwing them at the plant spirits. Sprout, saplings. Sprout. The potatoes, just like that, merged into one with the plant spirits. And then, farmer attack. Zephyrus thought to himself, at first I was skeptical, but this time it's the same. The Demon Lord's words are completely accurate. Earlier, Kratos had instructed him, while I'm herding them into one place, Zephyrus, you lead the farmer army according to that map. Hearing that, he hesitated slightly, looking down at the map. This place is an abandoned ancient sewer system. It's just a dead end with nothing there. He smiled faintly. No, there is. Secret passage. Kratos thought seriously. After passing through the abyss of terrifying souls right before reaching the final map, I found it while searching every nook and cranny. In the previous playthrough, he had discovered this mysterious passage. What's this? There's nothing here? Why is this stone door made so elaborately? And then I thought, why is there a different structure here? He swung his sword, striking the door. Immediately after, the door gradually disappeared, revealing a passage. And this is where it leads, the passage to the first battle with Sarune. Back then I thought, what's this can't go up there, huh? It turns out that only after completing this exploration stage can you return to that place. There, you can get the transformation potion. Transformation potion. The crystallized fruit from the planting desire of the deceased ancient giant. Whoever eats it can change their form once. That new form is perhaps the manifestation of desire itself. At this moment, the happy farmers held sprouted potatoes in their hands. They're sprouts. Now we can sow the seeds. Dayrock couldn't help but shed tears of happiness. Wait fruit. Now we can also live comfortably. Kratos silently recalled the vague image in his memory. Our Jang Cheon is so hungry, Grandma will definitely feed you well tonight. Just wait a little longer, okay? After that, he had to witness his grandmother lying on a stretcher being taken to the hospital. Returning to reality, Kratos spoke in a low voice. Who dares to block my path when all I want is to eat my fill and live in peace? Then I will deal with him. Ban immediately called him Demon Lord. Sarun is very strong and Ban is also supporting him. He glared and said, "You go move the potatoes, I can handle things like this." On the other side, Sarun was mumbling something. "Oh, great heart of ice spirit, please guide more spirits with your almighty cold energy. Grant me more troops and strength. Yo, Whitish, or me." Immediately after, Kratos rushed in from outside, kicking the old man away. The old man slowly got up. "Kratos, how did you know this place?" He replied gruffly. "You don't need to know those things. Now is the time for me to exterminate the pests." Sarun gritted his teeth, staring intently at Kratos. "Kratos, you fool! You think you alone can defeat me?" After that, his body coiled up. "You? Still haven't witnessed my true strength?" Kratos looked and thought to himself, "No, I've seen it. Exactly 19 times. Previously when playing the game when I was the knight chasing Sarun, the one who kept running around the death cliff. Previously when playing the game when I was the knight chasing Sarun, the one who kept running around the death cliff. And then he ran into this room where the heart of the ice spirit resides, a terrifying artifact said to have been created by an ancient dragon using its entire life. That artifact binds the dead to the world of the living with a soul-piercing coldness. He used that power to gather more minions, but before he could do so, I arrived in time and the final battle finally began. That's when his true strength could be seen. At this moment, Sarun's body was coiling up, creating a strong wind. The old man growled, "Kratos, you are very strong, and that's why this match." His body twisted stronger and stronger. After that, Sarun's appearance transformed into an exact replica of his. "Will be my victory." Kratos wasn't surprised by this at all. He'll activate copy mode, then copy all my stats onto himself. His character is maximized based on my current stats. With terrifying attack power and the opponent's nearly impossible evasion ability just to graze, he'll take them down in one hit. But the current version he copied is the still very weak Demon Lord Kratos. He grinned with delight, meaning he's not that strong. Only after he finished copying did I increase my stats. Sarun quickly rushed forward, preparing to attack him. But Kratos had already used HP stats to increase his stats. HP from 30% increased by another 10%, 20% increased by 10%. Strength agility magic all increased from 20% by 10%. Current HP 302. The system notified him, "You have used 50 HP to upgrade agility." Agility increased from 20% to 30%. Because of that, he easily dodged the old man's attack. After that, Kratos delivered a powerful kick to the old man's stomach. Sarun was in so much pain that he cried, but he still raised his fist and continued to attack. But he quickly used 50 HP to upgrade his strength from 20% to 30%. He also raised his fist to fight back. The two fists clashed. The old man yelped in pain and quickly withdrew his hand. "So painful. Why are you completely unharmed?" Kratos smiled provocatively. "If you want to farm, you have to use your brain right." Sarun was so angry he gritted his teeth. The old man cursed loudly. "Damn it." He continued to exchange HP. "You have used 50 HP to upgrade strength. Strength increased from 20% to 30%. You have used 50 HP to upgrade your sanity stat. Sanity increased from 20% to 30%. Take this." Kratos gently waved his hand and a dazzling bolt of lightning shot towards the old man. Sarun couldn't dodge in time. Just like that, he was struck by lightning until his whole body was numb. So painful. After that, his body turned into a mushy puddle and fell to the ground with a plop. He lay there motionless without any movement at all. Just then, the system announced again, "You have used HP to upgrade all stats once more, HP 30%. All remaining stats, mind, strength, agility, magic, all reach 30%. Upgrade mission strength level. Upgrade complete. Reward unlocked. New skill, summon the throne of the Farmer King. Activation condition, 100 HP. A throne belonging to the Farmer King, equipped with many sturdy and durable farming tools. After reading, Kratos thought, "Oh good, I really need some new tools too." Just when it seemed like everything was over, no, the mushy pile on the ground now began to move. Seeing this, he looked towards it. Sarun shouted loudly, "You really think it's over like that?" He replied emotionlessly, "Your second transformation phase is quite weak." As soon as he finished speaking, the old man's body transformed into a huge dragon. "This is my true strength. Ancient evil dragon." Kratos looked surprised. "Oh, looking closely, it's really terrifying. This attack power and vitality, unbelievable. He's truly a mid-level boss." But, he grinned, Ban kicked open the door here, leading the farmer army charging in. "I've come with many subordinates, didn't you know?" Sarun hadn't been cool for even a few seconds. At this moment, he suddenly broke out in a sweat and said, Wait, Maybe we should talk a bit. No such easy thing. The entire army charged forward in unison, some holding shovels, some hoes, axes, all sorts of things used as weapons. They kicked and then punched. You dare disturb our farmland, huh? The old man at this point could only beg for mercy. Spare me. Kratos didn't care and thought, but I really want to fight him fairly, but he's so arrogant. Killing him with my own hands is reasonable. What's wrong with him? Beaten like that, and he still won't surrender. Or maybe if I attack more intelligently, he'll fall faster. Next, he activated his new skill, Summon the Throne of the Farmer King. Current HP is 2. Summon the Throne of the Farmer King. A blue beam of light suddenly shone down from the sky into the room. Along with it came an elaborately crafted chair with wood carved into all sorts of agricultural tools. The chair slowly descended from the sky. Then it landed heavily on the ground. Kratos was bewildered, not understanding what was happening. Humph! The chair was so heavy it made the ground indent in an area. Dust swirled thickly. The farmers stared at it warily. Everyone cheered in unison. That's our demon lord. Not only did he finish off that half-dead thing, but he also landed a final blow to its head. So cruel, so savage, demon. This is truly the demon lord. We lowly ones could never do that. Amazing Lord Kratos, amazing Lord Kratos. He finally couldn't help but cheer along with them. In his heart, he thought, I didn't intend to do that, did I? At the same time, in the field where Fiamia and Asuras were hanging, Fiamia's body suddenly twitched. His soul separated from his body. I'm reincarnating. All the fields have been plowed, and the potato sprouts are all growing beautifully. Even the pests threatening the crops have been dealt with. Now then, it's time to plant potatoes. Everyone was full of determination. Just then, the heart of the ice spirit suddenly trembled. Kratos frowned and turned his head. The system notified him, Death Cliff. Sarun has been defeated 20 times. Does that include the 19 times I did it in the game before? A hidden event has been activated as a reward. The heart slowly opens. Cold air quickly filled the entire room. The true power long trapped in the heart of the ice spirit is awakening. The heart split into 2 halves. The cold air gushed out more and more. Kratos stepped closer to it and asked, What is it? Immediately after, a small dragon struggled to crawl out from inside. A dragon. The small dragon looked at him with round eyes. It smiled and let out a soft cry. The small dragon looked at Kratos in bewilderment and let out a soft cry. Kratos, with his strong physique, slowly approached. The small dragon thought to itself, This creature is Father. He extended his hand, picking it up. The small dragon frowned and cried out, I hatched from an egg, but it was dark the whole time and I was very scared. Now luckily, I've met someone. But life is full of surprises. Kratos flashed an extremely bizarre smile and said, So cute. The small dragon, seeing this, trembled in fear. Father, the other farmers roared wildly. Eat it. Yum, yum, chop, chop. Let's eat. Let's eat. He shouted loudly. Idiots. If we raise it, there'll be more meat. The small dragon understood human language and couldn't help but well up with tears. Father wants to eat me. After leaving the tower, outside, the other villagers were already waiting for them. Father, the farming team is back. Look, so many potato sprouts have grown. It's wonderful. Everyone did a great job. Dyrok ran and hugged Fruit tightly. The others also happily gathered with their families. The small dragon looked at them with round eyes. The atmosphere here is so warm. They're not scary people. It looked up at Kratos. But immediately after, his terrifying smile shattered that thought. Oops, that's not right. Father looks so scary. Scene change. At the Demon Lord's palace, the small dragon trembled, hiding in a corner. It peeked stealthily behind. Kratos was sitting on a chair, his eyes still fixed on it, his whole body exuding a terrifying aura. The small dragon quickly turned around. They're waiting for me to grow up to eat me. But in reality, at this moment, he was wondering to himself, what should I feed this thing? I heard baby dragons eat processed gemstones, but there aren't even any gemstones here, just piles of rusty metal. Next, Zephyrus approached and said to him, Demon Lord, sir, there's a report. D. Lorem Ipsum. As predicted, we're having difficulty building planting beds. Kratos felt a real headache. Of course. To farm, you have to mound the soil high between the furrows or the edges of empty beds. These mounded ridges, of course, make it easy for crops to drain and avoid waterlogging. But there are too many rocks on this land, so it's also difficult for the plants to dig through. The tired farmers complained, Damn it, my hoe. No matter how much I dig, I can't break up all the soil. Why are there so many rocks in the soil? The small dragon held in Kratos' arms frowned and wondered, Are they all slaves? Will I also be forced to work until exhaustion like them? Kratos didn't pay attention to the small dragon's trembling body. This isn't a field, but a land full of rocks. At this rate, it'll take a lifetime to clear all the rocks. If we mobilize this many people every day, the food reserves for rewards will deplete too quickly. Even if other lords send reinforcements, it won't solve this problem. He frowned tightly. I wish I could summon pets to work for me like the main characters in other stories. If only something like a dragon would appear and clear all these rocks for me. Kratos just then noticed beside him, little Fruit was also diligently digging the earth. Although very young, Fruit always tried her best to help everyone. He silently stared at the little girl for a while. Enough complaining, I have to find a way no matter what. Farming is inherently a job where unexpected problems constantly arise. Just then, screams suddenly rang out. It's a tornado. A large tornado was slowly approaching them. Closer and closer, the tornado's intensity also became more and more dangerous. Kratos gritted his teeth and thought, damn it, I forgot about this. The blade wine usually appears randomly and sweeps across this vast desert. If you get caught in it, you'll be torn to shreds and die instantly. He quickly shouted, evacuate everyone, take cover. Hide behind the rocks, get into the shaded areas, hurry up. Everyone ran for cover with all their might. Kratos also ran after them. Damn it, it's still far away, but this wind pressure is already so strong. The pressure I felt in the game before was nothing. Natural disasters, the greatest enemy of agriculture. But just then, Fruit suddenly went against the crowd. He frowned, watching the little girl. What Fruit ran to where Asura was hanging. Lord Asura's Dyrok, seeing this, quickly rushed out. Fruit, he collapsed. Oh, it's that kid again, Kratos gave the small dragon to him. Then he immediately ran after the little girl. Protect it. No one follow me. Let me save the child, Ban cried out worriedly. Demon Lord, sir, it's very dangerous. If you go in, you'll lose your life. He didn't care and ran with all his might. Lorem ipsum. But I can't lose the lightning rod, and valuable workers farming has never been. A leisurely task of picking pears and apples during breaks. Asura, seeing Fruit, frowned and shouted, what can you do? Huh, get lost. But the little girl still struggled to lift the post. Farming is survival in a difficult life, and it's a battlefield that must be overcome. Get out of the way, kid. Demon Lord, sir. He kicked the post hard, breaking it in two. Asura's being tied up. Couldn't keep his balance. He just fell to the ground with a thud. But the tornado was now right upon them, causing small wounds to appear on Kratos' face. Fruit wasn't much better off. The little girl cried in pain, but still wanted to untie Asura's. He gritted his teeth and shouted, this knot can even tie up the 4 heavenly kings. You idiot, how can you untie it? You can't do anything. Get out of here, ouch. Kratos picked the little girl up in his arms with his other hand. He carried the entire post with Asura's tied to it on his shoulder. The little dragon saw this scene and frowned, thinking, I feel the power of a living creature's father is not very strong. More and more wounds appeared on his face, but he still tensed up and ran, carrying 2 heavy burdens in his arms no matter how strong he was. He couldn't help but be exhausted. And yet, father, still, the tornado got closer and closer, sweeping everything away with terrifying wind force. No matter how fast Kratos ran, how could he possibly compare to the speed of a tornado? In the end, he couldn't run anymore. Kratos just fell to the ground with a thud. Risking his life to save others, the small dragon immediately flew out of Dyrok's hand. My father is a kind creature. The small dragon quickly flew to Kratos. It took a deep breath. Then it spewed out a thin layer of ice. This layer of ice noticeably slowed down the tornado's movement speed. Kratos frowned, struggling to look. The tornado is weakening. It's the cold that weakened that whirlwind. The small dragon continued to spew ice breath, but this was a bit too much for it. This for a baby dragon? The swirling tornado continued to move, sweeping everything away. After that, Dyrok Zephyrus. The 3 of them each carried 1 person. At the Demon Lord's mansion on the cliff, in the room without a single ray of sunlight, Kratos was lying unconscious on the bed. Soft footsteps echoed in the quiet, silent mansion. Sergei and Hatok slowly ascended each step. He glared and said, now that the Demon Lord has fallen, I will behead him, Sergei immediately continued. And after defeating that idiot Ban and Asuras, one of us will become the Demon King. Until then, we are still allies. Kratos' room door creaked open. The 2 of them entered together. Just as they were about to attack, both of them suddenly froze. Kratos was now staring at them with wide eyes, his pupils a cloudy red, his mouth agape. Both of them were trembling, not daring to act. Damn it! He knew we were coming and was waiting with his eyes wide open, but this is our only chance. Immediately after Ban and Asura's voices rang out, both of you. What are you doing? Ban said in a low voice. The Demon Lord is sleeping. Don't wake him. Is that a sleeping face? As expected of the demon lord, Ban continued to threaten, if you dare to wake him. Hatak frowned at him. I understand you, you big idiot. But Asuras, are you also siding with the madman who wants to farm? Asura smiled and replied, not really. I just owed him once, so now I'm paying him back. Next time, I can also be on your side, he asked in a low voice. Don't you think just planting one potato has already caused countless troubles? Don't you see that farming will fail and everyone will starve to death? That's right. Asuras recalled the image of little Fruit, diligently digging the earth with a shovel. The little girl's hands were full of calluses and various scars, not at all like a child's hands. He put on a more serious demeanor than ever before. To not starve to death means risking one's own life. Well then, either way, I have to risk my life. I still want to work, rather than having to fight you all. After hearing that, Hatak said, you will regret this, you incompetent fools. After that, the two of them leisurely left the room. Just then, Kratos's voice spoke up. He let out a soft cry. The demon lord is awake. He looked at them in bewilderment. Asuras, you... He smirked and said, did you hear I'm not siding with anyone? I'm just repaying a debt. That's all. Without waiting for him to finish, Kratos interrupted, which lightning rod is wandering around talking like that, huh? Asuras froze, not understanding what he meant. Immediately after a dazzling bolt of lightning enveloped the entire mansion, heart-wrenching screams rang out. Ban just carried Asuras' smoking body away. Kratos, full of determination, said, there's no time to waste. Everyone continue picking up rocks. Ban immediately replied to him, we're almost out of rocks, sir. Zephyrus was tilling the soil, hearing that Kratos was bewildered. Before his eyes, the farmers were diligently tilling the soil. Under the scorching sun, he quietly called out, hey, Zephyrus. He turned his head and said, Demon Lord, sir, are you awake? How did you get rid of all the rocks? Zephyrus pointed in front of him. Rocks. Over there. Not far away, the small dragon was hovering in the air. T-bong. Its mouth was stuffed full of rocks. The small dragon quickly swallowed them all into its stomach. It thought to itself, I'm too small, so I can't stop the blade wind tornado. I'll eat a lot without being picky so I can grow up really fast. Below, Kratos shouted loudly, T-bong. The small dragon immediately recognized Father. It flew into his arms. T-bong, you're so cute. He silently considered Blade. Wind doesn't appear often, and it also needs time to grow up. T-bong can observe from the air and shoot out cold air to stop it first. Although it's a bit troublesome, there's no weather forecast here. The field is almost ready. It's time to process the potatoes. Zephyrus stood beside him and quietly asked, the rewarded fertilizer supply is running low. Should we make more? No, not necessary. The first enemy of farming is natural disasters. Next is financial pressure. Those are the walls we must overcome. Scene change. In the mansion. In a room, Sergei was sitting in front of a mirror slowly, taking off the hat on his head. She let out a soft sigh. The hat was removed, revealing a beautiful face with long, flowing golden hair. Sergei said softly, it smells so bad, I've refused to work in the fields and stayed indoors for several days, but the stench still hasn't gone away. Just then, a knock on the door was heard. Siri, I need to talk to you for a bit. Hearing the voice, she frowned and thought, Demon Lord, you've never come to my room before. But she still replied, what is it? I have nothing to say to you, sir. I really need you. Open the door quickly. She couldn't hold back her anger. Don't say things that could be misunderstood like that. He immediately said, not seeing each other's faces will easily lead to misunderstandings. Please leave, sir. No, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. The two of them continued to talk at cross purposes, one responding to the other. Finally, Sergei angrily shouted, I already said there's nothing left to say. Unexpectedly, as soon as she turned her head, she saw Kratos naked about to walk through the door. She screamed in terror. Oh my God, unbelievable. Are you insane, sir? How dare you barge into a ladies' room like that? Kratos didn't reply, but unexpectedly knelt down in front of her. Sergei frowned, not understanding why he was doing that. What are you doing, sir? He said in a low voice. Sergei, without you, I can't do anything. She looked at him in bewilderment. Then, her face slowly turned red. Kratos was thinking at this moment, I'm willing to kneel to save costs. Now, I need your sharp and precise sword. Sergei blushed shyly, stammering, and unable to form words. If you've said so, sir, then I'll give it a listen. What is it? In her heart, she thought, really, why are you suddenly acting like this? Sir, unbelievable. Have you truly gone mad? Unexpectedly, a few minutes later, Sergei, in a battle-ready stance, stood with Kratos in front of the pile of potatoes. He frowned and said, cut the potatoes for me. I need you to cut them in half for planting, because you have quite a few hands. Sergei was now standing frozen. She was so angry she started to cry. You're playing me, sir, you scoundrel, you perverted demon lord.